I found in looking back over some of the talks that I've done that this talk, or one similar to it, same topic, shows up about this time of year, every year. And so I started looking into it, like just considering why that might happen, and I finally realized that the season, the holiday season that we're coming into, is an opportunity or an invitation, if you will, to be in the holy instant. We're coming into what Christians call the Christmas season, but there are something like 17 major religions that this is the holiest time of year coming up. So whether you're celebrating Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever the case may be, this is an invitation to be in a holy instant. So we're going to talk today about what that is, how we get there. And I truly believe that this applies to any of those religions, to any individual who chooses or desires to have a holy instant and expand the number of times that you are in a holy instant and the duration of time that you're in the holy instant. I know that in these human forms, or my thought process is that in these human forms, we're not quite able yet. I don't know of anybody that's able yet to spend the entirety of their existence in holy instant. Jesus the Christ is the only person I've read of who could. But that's my limited knowledge. Buddha was probably pretty close. The Krishna, I can't remember the whole name. There probably were others. And there may be people walking in this earth today that can. I'm not one of them yet. So I want to begin with a little visualization. So if you like to close your eyes for visualizations, go ahead and do so. Just become very relaxed. Begin your breathing so that you can be nice and calm. Kind of calm your thoughts. Just take a nice cleansing breath. Release it and then just settle into that gentle rhythmic breathing. So I want you to imagine for a moment that you have no worries. There are no worries in your life. Just breathe that in for a moment. No concerns weigh you down. Consider that. No anxieties threaten your well-being. No fear blocks your path. You see only truth. Now imagine how you feel as you claim these statements, as you release any fear, any anxiety, any worry, any concern, as you just let everything go that does not align with love and peace. Feel that. You are calm, you are peaceful, you are free to just be you. You're free to live truth. Just imagine what this is like. Imagine you are perfectly at peace. You have an inner quiet. You are in stillness. You are in divine love. Now take a deep breath in to embrace this feeling and to anchor this feeling. And when you've done that, you can open your eyes. So did you feel it? You just felt a holy instant. You just experienced a holy instant. It wasn't because I was up here leading it. It was because you chose to experience it. A holy instant is a moment when you experience, recognize, and acknowledge truth. This truth is infinite. It's within you. It's around you. Always. This truth is that experience of you as one in God. You think about it. Is there any worry, concern, or fear that causes God to go, oh no? No. You are an expression of God. You are one in God. Therefore, there are no concerns, worries, or fears that have the power to take you anywhere outside of love. We let it sometimes, but nothing has the power to do it. Now, one of the things you need to know to begin this, to start living more fully in the holy instant, to experience more of those holy instances, to spread it out, is you have to realize that you are alive, fully alive, as a spiritual being having a human experience. If we only consider that we're alive in this human body, in this human material experience, there will always be doubt, there will always be questions about whether we can have this holy instant. And if we do have a holy instant, we'll be going, was that real? Did that really happen? No, I think I dreamed that. I just made that up. You have to realize that you are a spiritual being. You are living as a spiritual being, having a human experience. You also have to realize that this shows you how influential you are, how important you are in this whole makeup. If it were not for you, everything changes. Not just in your home, not just in this room. Everything. Because all is one. All is united. All is connected. Therefore, if one part falls out, everything changes. You affect what happens in this experience. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's the choice that you have. But we all affect what happens in this experience. Every moment that you experience is an opportunity to embrace and express divine love and peace. Like I said, it's a choice. Kathy and I watched a movie last night where the guy was he griped and complained about everything that happened. His choice was to bring misery into the world. You know, of course, it was one of those good-for-you shows, so by the end of it, he had changed his tune, but some people don't. Some people see everything and criticize it, critique it, judge it. And we can do that. That's part of our choice, but we can also choose to allow it all and share love instead, express love, experience love. When you fully live, your very existence is for the good of mankind. When you fully live as your truth, when you embrace your truth and you allow that to be your experience and your expression, it lifts all of mankind. Because it is adding that energy, that flow of love and peace and God into the world. You add love and light, you can add Christ consciousness and mindfulness of truth into the world simply by your expression, by your experience. Have you ever walked into a room full of people and you saw some of them, never heard their voice, never talked to them, you just felt a presence of good, a presence of love, a presence of kindness? We all have that opportunity. We do not have to make these grand gestures to be a positive, loving influence on the world. To be an expression of peace into the world. You've all seen it. You've probably all been it as well. So we can choose to be that. For each moment that we allow this truth to radiate from us, we're adding love and happiness. Living truth, living in this holy instant, which is what living truth is. You are an expression of love and truth. You are an expression of God into the world. I told y'all you were pretty influential, pretty important. It's a big thing. Whether there's a movie, I'm kind of a big deal. You are big deals. You can experience this way of living by appreciating all that is around you, and that's part of why this talk pops up this time of year. It's because by appreciation, we've just been through Thanksgiving, so gratitude is still on our minds, maybe more so than the rest of the year. And this gratitude sets us up to open ourselves to understand truth, oneness, love. We understand this more, or it's more on our minds. And by the way, opening understanding, letting your understanding expand, does not mean you have to go grab every book out of the library and study it until you know word for word what it says. Your understanding expands as you experience as well. You can read. You can go to the library, pick up books, and you can learn a lot, and that will help expand as well. But the experience is what puts that expansion on steroids. The beautiful thing about living holy instant is you do not need the world to behave in a certain way in order for you to do it. It's not your job to judge if the world is ready for your expression of love and truth. The expression of love and truth from you, the experience of holy instant, is for you. Because as you experience it and as you express love and truth, your experience, the energy of truth and love and holy instant radiate from you. Doesn't matter what's going on around you. Do not let anyone ever hinder your experience and your expression. Mary Baker Eddy tells us in her teachings that truth is our key to living as the spiritual beings that we are. Truth. She's not talking about the truth according to the world. She's talking about truth according to God, according to what we teach here. And it's not that we make this stuff up. It's that we look, the things we teach here are things that we believe align with God. Things that we believe align with this sign up here that is so important we put it on our walls so that you see every video every time you walk in the door. God is love. That's the truth. So she tells us that truth is our key to living as the spiritual beings that we are. To do this, we must release all that we have been holding on to that is not empowering our spiritual selves to live. She goes on to say, we cannot fill vessels that are already full. They must first be emptied. Let us disrobe error, then the winds of God blow. In my opinion, that statement right there is the most telling statement of all if you want to live in the holy instant. She first tells us that we cannot fill vessels that are already full, which means that if we have a mind or a belief system or a thought process full of this is the way it always is, and we hold on to that, we can't add anything to it. It's already full. Even if we could add something to it, if we hold those as our base beliefs and then try to add things onto it, they're just going to fall out. So we have to look at our thoughts, our beliefs. We've got to start disrobing those mistaken thoughts. Get rid of them, expose them, let them go. And then fill that vessel, us, our thought process, our belief process, fill that with truth. She talks about error here. Error does not mean that something is wrong with us. It simply means we misinterpreted a thought along the way. We misinterpreted a belief. And then we took it on as truth. Error is simply wrong thinking. It's things like thoughts of lack, thoughts of limit. If you're one with God, if you're an expression of God, there is no lack, there is no limit. Okay? We are being told to disrobe sin, expose it for the illusion that it is, and let it go. Now, as we expand our truth, we release wrong thinking. But here's the thing. We have to consciously let go, is what she's telling us here. This is what Mary Baker is telling us. We have to release these old thoughts because just simply learning truth without letting go of the false beliefs, they just start counteracting each other, basically. So we let go of the ones that aren't serving truth, and we allow the ones that are. Start claiming those as our own. We expand our understanding of truth by doing this. And like I said before, it doesn't mean we have to go to the library, pick up every book on truth and study it. Our experience, our considerations. The greatest opening of awareness that can ever happen is when we start considering what's within us first. Even before coming and sitting in this room, even before praying, even before anything else, considering what's within. Because once you know what's within, you know what to bring into prayer. You know what to bring into your understanding. You know what to release. Can't let go of something that you don't know you need to let go of. We cannot simply add holiness on top of unholiness in an effort to cover it up. We have to release all that is not part of truth. We must empty and let go of that which does not serve holiness. I remember growing up in the Baptist church, and it was quite an insult for somebody to say, "Oh, you just think you're holier than thou." And that was part of what I disliked about the religious stuff. And not just Baptist. I know this happens in a lot of different religions. But it's part of why I got so far away from religion. It's because people added their own meanings to these things. Holiness to many people seemed that you were just, you were stuck up. You were better than everybody else. That's not what it is. Holiness is truth. Holy is what you have always been, always will be. How can anything of God be anything other than holy? So holiness, that's the experience of your truth. That's what that is, to live fully in the holy instant that you felt earlier. You must remember above all things this one important truth. You are holy. The second thing that you must remember is God is bigger and more powerful than any issue, situation, concern, worry, fear that you can perceive. You can't think of a fear big enough to be bigger than God. God's bigger than any of it. And you are one in God. You are an expression of God. Therefore, you are bigger than any fear that you can imagine. Release the illusion that all of this takes time. This is the one place that I'm not crazy about the word miracle, but this is the one place that it seems like a miracle happens. If you truly consider living in the holy instant and what it's all about, there will come a moment that pop, it's there. And it's a miracle. A miracle is nothing more than your awareness opening up to what is already there. Miracle. We use the word miracle in healing. It's not that healing happened. It's that healing was already there, and the person accepted that healing on that divine level. It looks like a miracle, but it was already there. Perfect health is already within every person, because as one in God, we can be nothing but perfect health. It's the human side of us that takes on all of this stuff. A miracle is when we stop looking at it from the human side and we realize the truth from the spiritual side. So anyway, a holy instance is the greatest miracle, if you will, to experience, as it opens awareness of the good that is infinite, that is already there, always has been, always will be. Your holy instant is not a matter of time. Your holy instant is an awareness of the holy presence that is you, living as an expression of God. Your divine truth is expression as or in holy instant. Holy instant can be forever. It's infinite. It's just our tapping into it, our awareness of it, our experience of it. So we get to choose that. Experience your truth. It is present now and always. It is available to be experienced when we dwell in present moment awareness. So the best gift that you can give yourself and everyone around you and this world is to be in holy instant. So I have a prayer that I want to end today with that it's not mine. Marianne Williamson actually wrote it, and she titled it, Prayer to Dwell in the Holy Instant. So pray with me. Holy Spirit, please help me practice the holy instant in all instances. Help me think of all the things in my past and remember in this moment that all the love I gave was real and all the love that was given to me was real. Nothing else truly existed. I seek to enter into the present with reborn perception. I give the past to you that my thoughts about it might be purified of all guilt. I seek to forgive myself and others of all the illusions and hallucinations that occurred only in this mortal dimension, a dimension that is itself dissolved in the presence of divine love. And here in this holy instance, I give not only my past to God, but my future as well, knowing that if in this moment I dwell only in love, that the future will unfold accordingly. Let me understand that there is no order of difficulty in miracles, and let me know that every situation, should I bless it, is an opportunity for endless love. Every relationship, should I bless it, is a platform for endless love. I thus enter this moment, no longer lingering in the past, no longer blocked by thoughts of guilt, no longer attached to the mistakes, either my own or those of others. Holy Spirit, help release me from the chains of the ego so I can be free to be who I truly am. Free me to live the miraculous life already programmed for me by God. For God is only love, only power. And so it is. Amen.